All right, friends. Happy Wednesday to you. Come on in. Come on in to the table. How are you doing? I know we checked in with each other a couple days ago. Ooh, y'all, let me hit save on this. Because I've been writing and working on lesson plans. Currently, I am writing about the ignition metaphor for the school platform and just talking about the solar eclipse portal and the critical degree, okay? And yeah, so I was thinking just of hanging out and checking in with you guys. I thought maybe we would tap in and channel some messages. I know I feel like the energy is kind of all over the place. But we can agree that a lot of fire and a lot of water have a lot of creativity, right? There's a lot of emergence and the potential there. Going to continue to say shout out to my mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sag, and Pisces. In this Pisces season specifically, you guys, if we have time, we should do a Mercury retrograde message tomorrow. We should. Mercury retrograde in Pisces tomorrow is very interesting. It is still very, very liminal. What is it that we need to see, Spirit? What is it that we need to see from a bird's eye view? Okay. You know what? I feel called to start with a message. You guys, is to tap straight into the Green Witch's Oracle, okay? What do we need to see from a bird's eye view? That's what I'm feeling. It's giving like detached, and we always say like, yes, we detach with compassion. Okay, but it's like I need to see something in a new way. This can be, it is an eclipse portal. It is very Uranian, very Aquarian. Maybe this is something that could be unexpected. This is intuitive awareness, but it's also softening into feeling and trusting your intuition. It's almost like something trying to take form. I'm seeing someone like seeing something in a dream. How interesting. So perhaps you're receiving messages from Spirit in a dream. What is the bird's eye view? What do we need to shift a perspective on? That's really coming through. I'm hearing loosen your grip. Okay, not Spirit calling us out with all of this energy. Listen, I've already been working in this space today, you guys. I'm burning my Clear the Vibes candle, which is like Palo Santo and sage and lavender. So trust and know that the energy of the space is, is locked in, is tight, is clean, it's cleansed. We're always calling in our spirit team, our ancestors and guides, so that we can receive energetic activations, that we can receive messages and confirmations. We are always asking for energy that is in service of the highest and best good and harming none, okay? What did I say? Oh, loosen your grip. Yeah, this could be releasing something, a person, a cycle, right? Sometimes we get stuck in almost like this very... it's like a linear way of thinking. And sometimes we have to be open to releasing that. It's interesting. Loosen your grip, softening. What do we need to see from a bird's eye view? All of that kind of gives like discernment. Because again, we have to keep saying that this energy is like mirroring pedal to the metal. Yeah, like a big gas combustion. And it's tough to kind of, I'm hearing, throttle it down, because everything can be really sensitive. It can be very dreamy. Also, there could be a lot of energies and projections. I'm hearing, why am I seeing osmosis? Osmosis, maybe that's a synchronicity or confirmation for someone. I'm seeing like, Spirit, what is the word? Maybe permeability. I don't know. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm seeing the cell osmosis, like something wants to come into your energy, or either something's getting pulled out, and it feels like the veil as well. I mean, obviously, right? High priestess energy, moon, Pisces. Okay, let's get into it, Spirit. What are we opening this message with? We need discernment. We need a bird's eye view. Maybe you're making a decision. On the flip side, you could feel super inspired, but you're like, let me make sure I nail. I'm hearing, okay, not Spirit course corrected in the middle of my statement. I heard, let me make sure I time this right. And then Spirit was like literally with a finger pointing, South Node in Virgo. Something about micromanaging. Okay. I know Pisces season with like, child, let's check the chart. How many planets we got in Pisces today? Friends. I embrace it. I just vibe. I have multiple of my Aquarius placements that are like, ooh, this is kind of popping out. I want to take it. I have multiple Aquarius placements that are like literally on the last degree. The aneretic degree, if you will, right? So I really lean into Pisces a lot. I feel it. I feel like if you think about like progress chart astrology, where the idea is that you evolve because the sun is always evolving, and you know, some people view it, it's kind of interesting, but some people are like, you're not just stuck with what you came in. You know, if you're evolving, then you're growing with the moon, the sun, and the progression. It's really interesting. There was a year where I did rounds of those because I took a class and I had to get practice hours. It was very fascinating though. And I feel like, ooh, I need to smudge. You see, this is that permeability. It could be emotional projection, y'all, but goodness gracious. With the way the veils are, with the way this fire spirit is just everything. I mean, even if people are not intentionally projecting. And friend, yes, they do. You mean they know how? Yes, friend. Yes, please hold my hand and sit at the astral coffee tables with me, friend. Yes, they do spell work. Yes, they mean people harm. Yeah, okay, look. It's a confirmation we're seeing these things, and it's okay to understand, but you don't have to claim any of that. You're well protected. The fact that I'm even needing to go into that, it just, you know, listen, do your cleansing and protection work. It's not to stoke anxiety or fear. We don't reside there. It's about awareness, and having good, you know, you can put me on a broken record loop. I'm going to talk to you all day about mental, spiritual, emotional hygiene, about cleansing, about doing the things you need to do on a weekly, on a new moon, full moon basis, whatever works for you. Because listen, the projection, because at the same time, oh, what were we looking at? So we've got Sun in Pisces. Of course, we know we have North Node in Pisces. We have Venus in Pisces and Mercury, which is about to go retrograde. And then pretty soon, again, Mars is just ticking down, working on completing his last decan in Aquarius. So then, boom, we'll have very interesting forward movement with Mars, but then hold on, let's get messages from Spirit. Are we meditating? Whether you do, you know, nature, okay, nature is my cathedral, so to speak, and maybe that's walks. Maybe it's time with just being in your own space and doing your rituals. Maybe you light candles, maybe you have prayer, whatever it is, right? Be in that, friend. Be in that. I'm seeing someone in the shower. I'm seeing someone in the bath. Okay, Spirit is encouraging work with the water. We're loosening our grip. Okay, what did they say? Oh, the finger pointing to the South Node in Virgo. Don't micromanage it. Okay, if you feel disoriented, it could be a sign that you're holding too tightly onto something, right? Because we're preparing to go towards this lunar eclipse in Virgo. That's the other bookend of this eclipse portal, right? So it's only natural that as you dream of new things and you kind of sit in, you know, it's very liminal. Like I said, it's going to be highlighted to you by your spirit team, your higher self, your guides, etc. What's the habit? What's the routine? Look and see the pattern. Okay, pattern recognition. Who was it? Was it Molly McCord who was just talking about pattern recognition? There's a lot of things we can't be burdened by anymore because it's kind of like how you have to make room inside of a space for a combustion to occur. You can't do that if there's too much in there. You know what I mean? So we have to make space. Okay, bird's eye view. What is the perspective that we need? Spirit team, ancestors, and guides who are always in service to the highest and best good. Okay. Yeah, projected energy a lot. And listen, this is a side note. Child, we can't even flip this card over. Look at this. Pine tree to me with the pine cone. Look at that pineal gland. Look at the moon cycles. That's talking about the eclipse portal, because that's all about the moons, is about the nodes. There it is, the two bookends and everything. The big full moon of Virgo coming up. Not Virgo and Earth. When we got the trees, this is giving ancestors, giving protection. Be mindful. I'm hearing projections in the third eye. Okay, let's read this card. But what I was thinking is like, Spirit was giving me something, and it was like, people from the past, situations, people who no longer have access. And we could insert maybe journal. We could work on thinking about lots of different emotional bonds, maybe soul contracts that have come to completion. And it's so intense. There's so much pattern breaking. There's so much, actually, you're never actually ever going to go back to that person or that job or that situation or that group or, that version of yourself. Never, never again. And what that creates is a lot of I'm seeing that backdraft vision again, but it's like the blowback. That's what I'm hearing, like, people will desperately be projecting, desperately doing things to try to it's like a pull you back in, but we're releasing all that. We're releasing, it could be an old job. Could be people talking about you because you left a job. Maybe that's confirmation for someone. I'm hearing job a lot, but we're talking about South Node Virgo. We're working our way up to, I'm hearing working my way back to you, babe. Oh my. With a burning love. What's that say, y'all? Don't let it slip away. Okay. All right, Spirit. Let's read this card. Pine tree says vitality, longevity, and perseverance. Okay, let's find pine tree together. Today and every day. 85. May only the things, Spirit, find us that are in alignment with our highest and best good. May we be protected from the energies, the projections, the people, the contracts. May we everything that needs to come to completion, may it be brought to completion. Okay, and so it is. And Spirit, you know how we do over here. If we cannot alchemize it for the highest and best good, Spirit, just return it to the sender as you see fit. All right, let's read. The pine tree is a symbol of life enduring. Oh, y'all, we said bird's eye perspective. What's one of the tallest trees? If you were perched at the top, would be a pine tree. Bird's eye perspective. We were talking about releasing the white knuckle grip of something. Someone. Maybe that's someone trying to release you, and it sounds like they're struggling. I'm just saying. The pine tree is very flexible, right? And it can go through storms, and the roots tend to be really good, and it can bend without breaking. There's something here. You see the fluidity of Pisces season and this energy of softening and trusting and releasing. I can see that connection with the pine tree. The pine tree is a symbol of life enduring. The promise that even if things seem dark, it's not over. Some kinds of pine trees have root systems that are centuries old, and while a single tree may die, the established root system, wow, I didn't actually know that. Today years old from a tree lover. The established root system can introduce a new seedling to replace it. The rejuvenation cycle tells us that even when something appears to be dead or finished, there are still roots alive. Nothing is ever truly gone. Don't give up. I don't know. Y'all, I'm just getting this energy, and I have to just share the message that's being shared with me. Yeah, for sure. We could definitely say, let's be flexible. Let's adapt. Perhaps you're refocusing on something that maybe you thought would never be a part of your routine again, and it's returning because now you're at a different tier in your wisdom and your journey and the knowing of yourself that you can come back to it. We always talk about the labyrinth of the spiral. You may definitely come back round. Oh, we came back round, but you may have found yourself on a higher tier. But I am picking up an energy here of something like, don't let it slip away today. And some like another person not wanting to give up on you. I really don't. I will always bring it back to you. I don't, and you'll find this here on the channel, Love and Light. I don't sit here reading about a whole bunch of other people because what's the point? Like, what do they, I mean, that's outside of you. When you focus on your own self-improvement, your work, your mental, emotional, and spiritual state, you change your vibration. You emit something different, and then you have different, more healthy, more evolved experiences with people. Excuse me, but that's not to say, okay, listen, I'm not laughing at, this is probably spirit and our ancestors' energy. That's not to say that people really like when you do that. And then sometimes when you do that, it almost has this exposure effect on how, oh, well, what am I hearing? Now you're making me look bad. Something like this. I don't know. Okay. Pine is a popular building material. It absorbs shock, is resistant to excessive swelling and shrinking, and although it dents easily, it is long-lasting. The Pine Tree card tells you to hang in there. Life may be knocking you around, child. Why am I seeing, Spirit is giving me this image now. It's like somebody, you know how you're trying to get a horse ready to be saddled, and it's like you're getting on the saddle. Oh no, I'm seeing someone like being bucked from a horse. The horse is flustered. You're upset. It's something about like getting your energy in alignment with the type of timeline you're trying to ride onto. Now I'm seeing like somebody trying to like as best they can hold onto the chariot and like I'm climbing up in there. Okay. Like I'm doing my best. And like, you know, it's raining, it's pouring. All these things are going on. You're doing your damnedest. I'm here and I'm doing my damnedest. Okay. That's for someone. Life may be knocking you around a bit, but even dented, man, I feel this. Even dented, y'all, you're reliable and you can last longer than you think. Have you given up on something you shouldn't have? Very interesting. So perhaps, I mean, you can take it at face value, listen, if it's applicable, but it can also be this energy of like, what were we saying? We want a bird's eye perspective. What do we need to see more clearly, right? This can also be an energy of like, just getting a different detached perspective on things, maybe people. Again, I'm also getting a job energy. I'm seeing someone moving away. Don't let it slip away. Someone's moving away. There could be traveling involved, either you or someone else, or for a job, or, you know, we have a tendency to say, I've got to go on this bucket list trip. And sometimes that's a beautiful thing. It's like spiritual grid work and alignment. But this could be us evaluating something from a new perspective in relation to the past, persevering from something maybe that was going to knock you off of being flexible. It could be. Okay, interesting. Interesting. I'm going to pull out our spiritual meaning of birds oracle as well. I was using this in some personal readings today, and I love it so much. Okay, how can we elaborate, spirit, ancestors, and team? How can we elaborate on this pine tree energy? There's something about analysis paralysis. There goes that Virgo, that South Node Virgo too. Excessively, like, there's a difference. Okay, Spirit is saying there's a difference between practicing reflection, you know, gleaning wisdom. But at some point, sometimes we kind of get excessive with doing that, and it can very quickly turn into rumination. This could be someone, oh, look, it's the magpie. Okay, we have to read it. It was on the bottom of the deck. What you're not seeing. What you're not seeing, bottom of the deck energy is like, it says hoarding, distraction, and balance. Because sometimes people will energetically try to throw. When I say throw, it can be energetically, it can be spiritually. Sometimes people do this and they'll be vampiric as hell and they don't even know that they do it. And it's almost like they don't have an awareness, like when someone doesn't know they're deeply narcissistic, or we could give a lot of examples, right? But let me tell you too, sometimes they know exactly what they're doing. You know those people, okay? This will be the type of person that's like, you know, you try to call they called you, and then you return their call 3 times, say, hey, you all right? And then you don't hear from them for 3 months and a year, and you go different ways. And then, I mean, I don't know. We could give a lot of different examples of this energy, of how people pull on your energy. And sometimes that gets projected, and this could also be someone else, like limerence, ruminating on you, you know. Oh, goodness. Because sometimes South Node Virgo is like, if I could have just done these things and been more perfect, and I'll fix this, and I'll fix this, and then I'll pull that person, and it's just, it can become unhealthy, and sometimes we feel that. You know, it's another good reason to reiterate good spiritual hygiene. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, that can be walks in the sunshine and the breeze and the air blowing on you, and you asking the spirits of the earth, you know, just cleanse away from me and please protect me. You know, cleanse away from me what's not serving me anymore, and being diligent about staying locked in on the present, right? And there's a message here about pausing, reflecting, getting wisdom and discernment, but not to the point that like you're literally pulling your mind out of your current. Spirit is saying again, your nowness, your present beingness, your nowness. Spirit is saying, right? Sometimes we say, all right, you know what? Cool. I don't really need to keep going back to this. I learned what I need to learn. There's that completion again too. Maybe you've recently been shown someone's energy for what it is. And it could have rocked you a little bit. Hear me out. Maybe you're like, whoa, my third eye and my spirit didn't see that coming. Not surprised if people are experiencing that a lot in this eclipse portal, right? Because we started with a new moon in Aquarius. And Aquarius is very Uranian, and it'll be like, bzzz, I'm going to shock you so that I can get your attention quickly and say, whoa, there's a lot you are not seeing. That can be happening in this eclipse portal too, especially in regards to people. We have a lot of planets in Pisces, including Venus. You know, listen, I need your heart to see this for what it is. We can't keep throwing up dreamy idealism and what am I hearing? Okay, yeah. I'm hearing love bombing, you know, and that's not just, people assume that's always romantic. It's not. That can be your terrible narcissistic mother, or your whatever, in these wounded spaces where we've closed these emotional bonds and contracts with people. You know, limerence is real. Love bombing is real, whether it's from a parent, the best friend that you know you can't talk to anymore because you've observed a pattern, or you've seen it's not equally reciprocal. And I just can't. Sometimes, too, Spirit is bringing me to this example. What do we have? Bluebird, happiness, peace, and hope. You see the difference? Magpie, hoarding, distraction, and balance versus happiness, peace, and hope. Could you see the pulling on the energy between these two? And now I'm thinking of a pine tree trying to stay flexible, like, oh my gosh, I'm really trying to bend and not break. Okay. Perhaps somebody might benefit from doing cord cutting, whether that's a candle or a meditation or a spiritual bath. There's many different ways. There's guided meditations that you don't even need a lot of tools. You just need yourself. You can even do cord cutting intentions with just one candle if that's all you have. And you can speak your intentions over that candle. But whatever you're doing, there's something about really cutting cords with something or someone for sure. Oh, I was also getting this example of how it's like, you know, let's say, for example, you have a longtime best friend, right? And it's not that like, yeah, they're trying to heal, you know, they're trying to change certain patterns and about their life, you know, and I can see that. But sometimes you still get to a place where you're like, I can't carry their weight for them. Spirit is calling me here. Spirit is having me go out to this new job or move out to this new place or cleanse out my life in this way. And I'm not saying so-and-so is a bad person. And I'm not mocking, but I'm saying we have to see that sometimes we sacrifice our own self-care. We hold back our own growth. We keep putting on like scales back on our, hey, take the scales off. And then you're like, and you pick them back up and you put them back on. Spirit doesn't want us to do that anymore. We got to bring something to completion, okay? Doesn't mean you're a bad person or they're bad. It's not like that. It's just energy. Sometimes we realize I just can't keep flowing through with this person. Like, that's not healthy for me. It's not equally reciprocal. I could be way more stable now. They could be way less mature. I can see that we definitely don't have as much in common as we used to. And you have to get to a point where you're not, it is giving that same current of energy. And I understand this. Because although, yes, I know Neptune is now, know that Aries timelines they're just beginning to open. You know, they'll really be popping off in Aries season. But That Pisces energy is almost wanting us to say, let's make sure we wash, what is that? I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair. I'm hearing that. Ooh, go wash your hair one more time, friend. Maybe we gonna salt bath it out one more time. I'm getting a big cleansing energy, cleansing rooms. Ooh, I'm seeing cleansing technology, cleansing your phone. Are there pictures still there? I don't know why I'm hearing that's for someone. You know how people do this, and I love this so much. Love and light to this friend. Notably, we don't really hang out much anymore, but there's a pattern in, like, let's say, okay, I broke up with someone. This is a good example. Or you can have a bestie friend breakup. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Just like you can a romantic, platonic, whatever. Okay, I don't talk to them, period. What do we call it? No contact, whatever. But then it's like you'll notice that person, I've had this in one-on-one work, y'all, and it's like the person will leave a back door open for them. And you're like, that's leaky energy. Come on. Like, we can't be doing cord cutting work, but then leaving that one little open, they're blocked on everything. And then you realize so-and-so's made a fake account just so that they can follow them. I don't know. These things happen. You know what I'm saying? But we have to see the energy for what it is. Let's read Magpie together and see what this energy is talking about. Okay, Magpie. It says hoarding, distraction, and balance. I heard energetic hoarding. Ooh, that's giving vampire. That's giving, well, who am I now if you're not? I'm hearing this. Yeah, hoarding. That could be another sign to clean out something, but I'm getting like energy hoarding. I heard it so clearly. The magpie loves bright, shiny objects. Oh, don't they? So it may be telling you to look for sparkling things around you. Enjoy the bright, attractive things in your life. That's a beautiful way to cleanse your energy. Hey, you know what? How about I don't look at the things that make me feel super shitty? How about it? That's like a gratitude, a present now being practice. It makes me think of in therapy one time she was teaching us in this group setting, and it was like coming back to yourself in the moment. When you feel anxiety or you feel the grief. I'm not saying don't feel your feelings, but I'm saying ground it back down. You know what? Come back here. You know what? I'm so lucky. Like, I have a home. I'm so lucky. Look at this beautiful tarot deck I have. Gosh, I'm so blessed. Look at all this magic. Maybe you have a soul family. Maybe you have an accountability person you can reach out to and say, I'm struggling. Let's get grounded together. And you kind of do this thing we used to, I'm sure I've seen it on TV shows and I've heard people talk about it. I know it's a common therapeutic practice, especially shout out to most people who are very, very sensitive, naturally sensitive, empathic, and all these things, right? These souls, as we have incarnated to be this. You and I know, hey, you know me, I see you, you see me. A lot of times we have anxiety and we learn to deal with that and come back down and get grounded. And it's that whole practice of like, find one thing in the room that makes you feel joy. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, I love my gemstones. Boom. Come back to the now moment. Okay, you know what? And what you're doing is you're actually, that's an automatic return to sender. Boom, reverse it. I heard, put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Okay. The sky is blue. Isn't the sky blue? It's so beautiful. I love those hues of blue. What does blue make me feel? Man, throat chakra. Okay, let's breathe. You see what we're doing here? Wow, you know what? Here's the pine tree. I look out my window over here, my altar space, and I see my juniper trees. The trees are so beautiful, man. And then you feel yourself coming back. Some people have like a counting process. You find one thing in the room, I love the color purple. Man, look at the amethyst. You see what we're doing? We're coming back into the now moment. Okay. Enjoy the bright, attractive things in your life. Alternatively, it may suggest that you consider how to balance your love of shiny things with life's more serious aspects. And again, I'm just getting this whole dynamic of like, were you someone's shiny thing? Now, listen, Spirit is showing me the scene of like, I don't know what male bird it is. Maybe it's a common practice or it's just one species. We love a good nature documentary over that, the male species in the Amazonian rainforest. Like, I'm locked in. You got me. It was this thing talking about how like the male birds will find these shiny objects and like they'll bring them It's like to the nest, I think, to try to attract the female, something like this. But now again, I'm hearing love bombing. Maybe that's the shiny thing, okay? Maybe that's a message for someone. Are you too often distracted by the glittery things in life? I'm hearing all that glitters ain't gold. The magpie can also represent destructive habits. Too much hoarding, too much gossip, idle chatter, loud talk. This can harm you and it can harm others. But the magpie's black and white coloring makes it a symbol of balance. Seeing it can remind you to maintain balance in your life, okay? Yes, that definitely is on point. Now, see, this is where I feel that a lot more of our energy is, okay? I'm really not feeling into, you know, when I say our collective, my soul family that's here today, right? Bluebird, happiness, peace, and hope, okay? Card meaning, the bluebird speaks to you of inner calm, peace, balance, harmony. Oh, that's what you see what they both have in common. Okay, but also I'm thinking of that pine tree swaying in a storm and being pulled to and fro, and I'm seeing cord cutting again. Something pulling you out of a harmonious state, okay? And a genuine love of self. Blue is a tranquil color. That's funny, we were like, the sky is blue, I love blue. We were just talking about blue. Blue is a tranquil color, and its various associations suggest a balance between happiness and sadness, or an understanding that there must be a balance of both in life. If you actively look for happiness, you may not find it. Happiness is a result, not a goal. Don't look for something specific. Okay, this is still giving that energy of come back into a moment of gratitude, ground into the now moment, and it's not like, oh, if this happens today, I'm hearing, okay, I love you so much because I've been there. I feel you, okay, whoever it's for. Then I won't think of them today. Okay, but you see how we got to, again, I'm hearing flip it and reverse it, okay? I mean, I'm being silly, but I'm not. Like, it's a reclamation of your self-worth and your own power. Remember, what were we saying before? Something about you give up things for your own self-care. This is something like, this is what I'm tapped into, okay? If you actively look for happiness, you may not find it. Happiness is a result, not a goal. Don't look for something specific, but be open to it, however it may come. Think of the bluebird as inspiration or the opportunity to recognize or recognize happiness and welcome it. Joy is either imminent or already present. You could even turn that into an affirmation if you're struggling to release that white knuckle grip on the past or that person or who hurt you or your trauma. What you're walking away from in whatever form that's appearing. You know what I'm saying? We all have different ways that we're being challenged with that right now. It's just the nature of the way that the collective is growing. So you're not alone in this. We would probably fill in the blanks differently, but joy is either imminent or already present. You have but to be open to it. Okay, yes. Yes, so I love that message. Y'all know I'll be having all these decks stacked up. Hold on, let me get it together, okay? Where should we go? Should we go? Yeah, let's go to the tarot. I've really been enjoying, y'all, not the deck. I'm so done. It's giving. You know what? I'll just float off into Pisces. I'm so done. And listen, we have to get there. If we can't get to the I'm so done, we can't release and become detached and really see maybe, oh, no way. Look, this is why you can't make this up. Do you see this? I know you see it. She said, I'm so done. This is a very popular card. People like make memes and all kinds of stuff out of this. But can we just get into it? Because I know we've all been there. Maybe in one way or another in the collective right now with everything going on, you know what I'm saying? Look, are we all feeling this in different ways? Yeah. This makes me think of, oh, you know what it makes me think of? And obviously, this is not the moon card, but it really gives me this energy. This is death. This is transmutation. This is release. This is, well, if we keep trying to force it in this one single form, we are never going to progress to the next tier. And then we can risk creating blockages in our own path, you know? But this is really making me think of Chris Ann's, is it her moon card? The moon is really strong in this reading, but okay, understand, in the eclipse portal, it's all about the nodes which connect to the moon. Oh, I think it's because in her mantra with her moon card, she talks a lot about, I float, I float. Okay, Spirit is no way. Listen, listen. Okay, what am I hearing? Y'all, the moon card was underneath it, I swear. You cannot make it up. I'm hearing a song, I am alone. How does it go? At the crossroads, I'm not at home in my own home. And I tried and tried. You should have known, no. Now I'm done. How is it? Now I'm done believing you. You don't know what I'm feeling. I'm more than what you made of me. I followed the voice you gave to me. What is that movie? Is that Beyonce or was that Jennifer Hudson's part? Listen, I am alone at a crossroads. Okay, yes, the energy. Do you see the energy? And I tried and tried. You should have known. Why is this like your higher self trying to help you get through this crossroad over here? You see the pillars? You see the gateway? And the higher self is like, oh my gosh. Listen, I keep hearing that. Let me hold your hand again. She's playing some kind of instrument too, and it's like she's looking longingly like, y'all, this is me. This is my higher self with me, and I know you've been here too, okay? Trying to say, listen. So, your spirit team and ancestors are trying to get you. Listen. I'm hearing, Linda, listen. Y'all know what I'm talking about? You could be dealing with a Cancer, this Cancer energy, Pisces energy, Scorpio energy. Okay? Child, I knew I was tapped into that moon energy. Let me put this up here. Okay. Let's turn it this way a little bit so we can see the cards. Yeah, like that. That's nice. Okay, I'm going to read you this because this is immediately what came to mind for me when it comes to floating. And then danged if that moon card was not right underneath. Woo, we got to bring death to this cycle. I don't know what it is. Is it a relationship? It could be multiple. It's toxic things. It's things that create blockages in us living our most authentic life. I'm telling you. And the moon and death, there's a lower vibrational like connotation going on here. It's that chattery people. Oh, you left the job. Oh yeah, so-and-so doesn't talk. She doesn't come over to the dinner. She don't talk to us anymore. She thinks she's better. That's that emotional projection. And sometimes people do it knowingly, but words are spelling. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you a secret called None of It Matters. Let me tell you, from your most loving, most supportive, biggest cheerleader, Aquarius astrologer, from your friend, your girl that has 4 big old Aquarius placements, we can teach you about detachment because it's a necessary lesson. Because guess what? None of it means anything. And when we practice our now beingness, when we practice our own personal self-evolution and we do those spiritual and emotional hygiene techniques and we work on ourselves, when I'm telling you that's the fastest return to sender or transmuting. If you practice the path of alchemy, I wish you would whisper about me some more because I'm just juicing that up into energy that I can use to become better. Okay. Let's read from the lovely Chris Ann. You know we love her Light Seers Tarot over here, but she does have multiple beautiful decks. I'm going to read to you like her writing, her description. I encourage you, if this resonates, go look at her moon card. Okay? Because this is giving like, with the dog and the wolf and the dark and the light. We had the black and the white here in the magpie too. Look, tell me that's not color coded. Y'all, I swear, do you see how that mimics her dress? Do you see that? Y'all, look at the color coding. No, no, no. Yeah, cord cutting, release, okay? But it's here too. Do you see it? The blue of the bluebirds up here too. Yeah. Okay. Chris Ann writes, a wolf and a dog howl up at the moon, one aloof, wild, and cunning, the other friendly, eager to please and affectionate. One is hers, and from this distance, in this light, excuse me, she finds it hard to discern which is which. I'm hearing which. Isn't that a Florence and the Machine? Hold on. Which? I am alone at the crossroads. I'm not at home in my own home. And I tried and tried. You should have known, no. Now I'm done believing you. Y'all, you don't know what I'm feeling. Okay, I'm hearing which. Hold on, we're going to go back and read. And it's my whole heart weighed and measured inside, and it's an old scar trying to bleach it out, and it's my whole heart deemed and delivered a crime. I'm on trial waiting till the beat comes out. Okay, I'm hearing horse hoofs beating, like you're waiting on your ship to, I don't know, somebody's going to get on that chariot, and then boom, they're out of there. I'm hearing, you're out of there. Okay, strike, 3 strikes and you're out, Spirit says. Oh, this is a... How's it go? Who's a heretic now? Am I making sense? Can you make it? Okay, you got to go listen to which. Who's a heretic now? Am I making sense? How can you make it stick? Waiting till the beat comes out. I'm miles away. Oh, get into it. Let's hold hands. Woo, because I have been in this dark night of the soul, my friend, whoever this is hitting with. And it doesn't have to be romantic. It can be the platonic best friend or the brother or the sister or the mother, whatever the thing is. The contract is done. It's time to catch that spirit of the fire horse to go forward. Listen, it says, I'm miles away. He's on my mind. I'm getting tired of crawling all the way. And I've had enough. It's obvious. And I'm getting tired of crawling all the way. I'm not beat up by this yet. You can't tell me to regret. Been in the dark since the day we met. Fire, help me to forget. Law, Spirit, when I got goosebumps, I'm trying to tell you. Maybe someone, oh man, I have major goosebumps. Who's a heretic now? Am I making sense? No, I can't remember the tune, but yes, I know this song. Oh my gosh, I have goosebumps on my scalp. That is so rare. Fire, help me to forget. And it's my whole heart. While tried and tested, it's mine, and it's my whole heart trying to reach out, and it's my whole heart burned but not buried this time. Oh my Lord, so I'm going to have to go listen to this song, you guys. Woo! Okay, let's go back. A wolf and a dog howl up at the moon, one aloof, wild, and cunning, the other friendly, eager to please and affectionate. One is hers, and from this distance, in this light, she finds it's hard to discern which is which. When they both turn to her and begin to advance, she isn't sure which one she needs to move towards, because let's look at both of these, okay? Because she struggles to see them in the dark. The shadows play tricks. The illusions of light from the reflecting water make it impossible to see the details. Were they both running at her or away from her? She panics, imagining the worst, and she trips into the water, flailing desperately. Her mind races. Her layered dress is suddenly so heavy, and somehow her head is underwater. She struggles, wrapping herself up in the many layers. She's trying to discern up from down. Air, motion, gasp. She needs air. And just when her fear is about to overtake her, a stream of light grazes her hand. The moon. She pauses. She surrenders and finds her bearings. The moonlight streams down through the water, and she notices how it dances on the bubbles around her. She realizes that the moment she stopped struggling was the moment she began to float to the surface. She drifts in the liminal. Hello, there's the liminal space. She drifts in the liminal and then finally breaks through the surface. Breathing in all the magic of the moment, thanking the moon for its guidance, she reaches the shore where a wagging tail, oh, of course, it's the wagging tail there meeting her with affection. Maybe someone has a dog, someone resonates with wolves. I'm hearing the wolf moon. I'm hearing that the upcoming full moon in Virgo closing out this huge eclipse portal is going to be a big deal. We're going to be having that during Mercury retrograde in Pisces. Don't miss the significance of that, Spirit is saying. Perhaps it's really poignant and very important that however you resonate with a ritual or a meditation or however you set it up for yourself, something big is needing to go down. And if you've already been working with this, it's like a culmination of doing something again. And there's a finality to it at this full moon in Virgo. I'm really tapping into that. I love that Chris Ann, especially in this deck, has like mantras for the cards. It says, I trust my intuition and I float. There's this other line here. Where is it at? She says, the moon card asks you to go within and to calmly listen to the whispers of your own intuition. There is divinity here. She asks you to find comfort in the darkness. Spirit is showing me, is it Nuit, the goddess this in the sky, that bursts the heavens. She's associated with the star card. Maybe that's because this is a very Uranian Aquarian opening to the eclipse portal. And then, of course, the Pisces energy, the birth, and then the moon. And then when we shift from the North Node in Pisces, it'll be Aquarius. I can see it, right? There's something about connecting to maybe a lunar goddess archetype to help you with this, if you resonate with that. There is magic here when you choose to fall into the moon's still waters. And we just rebirthed the Lunar New Year. Okay, big moon energy coming through. Your inner wisdom will embrace you and then push you towards the light. Pause to seek and seek to feel. And feel to float and float to thrive. Follow your breath. Follow your breath all the way up. Yeah, there's something about an illusion, and perhaps it's already been illuminated, and you're fighting with it. Don't you can choose. Let me say. Now I'm getting like dolphin energy, and it's very Lemurian, and it's like the elementals. There's so much as far as your spirit team and energetics, even perhaps that live already in the waters of your own body. There's a spark there though, and it's about you don't have to keep going on with the disillusionment, right? Hello, this is so Pisces. This is so Pisces, and how we were talking about softening and detaching, right? Do you see that? Okay, let's pull an oracle card from the Witches Familiars. Everyday Witches Familiars. We love it over here. It's giving Sabrina the Teenage Witch. It's giving Millennial. We love it. We love this one. Let's see. Deborah Blake. What is it giving? Okay, it's the wolf card. You heard me talking about wolf. You see the wolf? There could be a community. You could find support, You could find yourself either... There's the damn moon again, y'all. You could see... Okay, we have to read that one. Okay, you know what? Boom, that's it. That's the two for us right there. I feel it. And then, man, I don't like the way the lovebirds is underneath that. Only because we've been already tapping into love bombing. Okay, we're going to read Wolf, which is an earth card in this deck. Okay, let's read Wolf together. Let's see, Spirit, how we further open into this message, how we dig in, what else is there to be seen and known. Okay, my bad. We're in earth. There we go. Okay, it says, people have the idea that lone wolves are strong. Are strong and independent, but in nature, wolves tend to do better when they have a pack. Maybe this is your soul tribe, your family. Spirit is saying it's important that the pack is like-minded, okay? Humans have their packs too. Sometimes they're friends or family, however you define family, right? For witches, their pack can be their coven. Even if you're solitary, the whole pagan community or the whole spiritual community, the whole intuitive or astrological community, we are here for you, okay? We're here for you. That's one of the upside higher vibrational benefits of all of this Aquarian frequency. Okay, you're not alone. You have a pack, okay? As strong as we may be alone, when we come together, we can be even stronger. This card may be telling you to seek out your pack, the people who make you stronger and bring out the best in you. If you're feeling lost or unhappy, maybe those you are spending time with are not your true pack. Hey, you hear the message that's coming through here? As somebody out here, got to let go of somebody. You know what I mean? Not an echo chamber, a sounding board. Okay, we need people of a like-minded frequency. Okay? That doesn't mean we walk, okay, Spirit is showing me something. That doesn't mean we walk around in the 3D, base level, very base level, hello, reality. And be like, oh, I can't talk to you. I cannot interact with you. You cannot check out my career. We are not like-minded. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about intentionally, in a resonant way, spending time connecting with the frequencies of like-minded people. You don't have to isolate. In some spots you do, in some you don't. You see how two things can be true at once? If you're feeling lost or unhappy, maybe those you are spending time with aren't your true pack. Hello. Maybe you need to spend a little time, even as a lone wolf, before you're ready to find the pack for you, right? That's clearing the space to call in something new. The wolf may be trying to tell you to let out your wild side. Howl at the moon. There comes that upcoming moon again. Run over the hilltops and be completely present. There's that embodied presence in your own skin. Run with your pack and howl together. After all, that's what packs are for. Yes. Okay, I saw the dragon. You know we had to let the dragon be present. Okay, let's read. Look at all the stars. There's that star energy again with Nut, the goddess. That's an Egyptian archetype, but I mean, there's many that you can choose from. I'm hearing Astarte. I'm hearing, we could go on and on, right? But you see all the stars in the backdrop. Dragons appear in the mythology of almost every culture across the world, although they can vary in shape from the serpent-like dragons of Asia to the familiar winged fire-breathing creatures of European folklore. They are mighty, dangerous, wise, and often depicted as hoarding treasure. There's that hoarding again. But this can be hoarding as in a way of like, now I'm hearing that, don't cast your pearls upon the swine. You got to keep something, it's like calling something back to yourself. Okay, anyway, let's keep reading. But no matter which culture you find them in, they are almost always associated with mystical power. They are the essence of magic, fantasy, and myth. If you have a dragon as your familiar, you have a powerful ally indeed. Call on dragon when you need the energy and power to pull off the impossible, or if you're doing a deep dive into your spiritual path. If this card shows up, it might be a suggestion to explore mystical wisdom or find your own fire and breathe it out into the world. It's so perfect. You can't make it up. But that can also be like your mystical, your spiritual community. That could be a connection that can help you anchor your way back into your present timeline, right? Don't be afraid to draw upon your own magical power. There goes that reiteration that maybe you're doing a magical ritual or whatever the case may be. Whatever you practice, it can be infused with your own personal energy, which is magic. And again, this coming full moon in Virgo, maybe you're wrapping something up. That's the closing bookend. Maybe it is a ritual. I don't know. Take it as you will. But there it is again. Don't be afraid to draw on your own magical power. Focus on using your abilities, magical and otherwise, to stand your ground. You are stronger than you think. Embrace the fantastical. Who is to say what is real and what isn't? Channel your inner dragon and roar. Perfect. So good. Man, I love it when you have those moments talking about you cannot make it up. You can't. I mean, get into it. Look at it. Her face, y'all, she just takes me out. It's just so relatable at this time. You know what I'm saying? Literally, I can't. That's what I'm hearing. I feel it. Okay, you know what? In this beautiful Piscean energy, I've been tapping back into the gorgeous, the amazing Dream Song Oracle. It's so appropriate for Pisces energy. I've been using these in personal readings. Let's share. Let's share from this beautiful deck. Y'all, it's another bird and the moon. You see it. I heard a little birdie told me. All right, Spirit, what do we need to see in here? Spirit, ancestors, and team in support of the highest and best good. Let's close out this message. What do we need to see? What do we need to hear? Spirit, okay, what is this about? Sticking to my finger. Fall, fail, and fly. Y'all, can you just hold on? Can we just appreciate how both of their faces look so done? I'm so done. I'm so done. That's how it's giving. Oh my gosh, wow, I love your headdress. And she's like, yeah, thanks. Okay, great. But look, do you see the Orphic Egg in the womb space? Maybe this leads to this, and it's okay. You don't have the most bright, perfect face. It's just a vibe. Like, can y'all just get into it, please? Look at this. And then it's like your higher self talking about, girl, if you don't listen to me, you see the energy. Okay, but in all seriousness, that's fine too, though, because we find ourselves in places like that. We don't have to act like we don't. Okay, let's read number 14. Fall, fail, and fly. Okay, let's read it. Where's my book? Okay. Listen, I am alone at a crossroads. I'm not at home in my own home. I need to start like making us a playlist. Oh, for real though. And like when we come out of readings, just to reiterate and connect to the energy, I need to put the songs on the list. And I can make it public so you guys could click into it. Dude, we should do it. How am I going to remember the songs, though? I have to start writing them down or something. Dude, I'm going to do it. Because I still have the other one? What did we get? Which? Hold on. Can I reach the... Okay. Which? And... Is it Crossroads? I don't know what it's called, y'all. Crossroads. I'm going to type / I'll find it. Hold on. Can I type, though? Crossroads / listen. Listen. I am alone at a crossroads. Okay. What else did we get? I feel like there was another song. Oh, I was getting Florence too. I'm so heavy. My love is so heavy. My love was way down. I'm so heavy in your arms. I'm gonna make us a playlist, y'all. It's gonna be so good. Look, it's no bars hold. Okay, whatever comes through, I'm gonna put it on the list. You know we get some good music coming through here. Okay. A great sage once said, you've got to break a few eggs if you want to make an omelet. I know you do. Listen. Okay, I'm sorry. Now is the time for reinvention. Come on, spirit, horse, fire, bring it. Dare to fail, to fall, to get up again. If you want to achieve or create something new, you must be willing to embrace failure as a muse. Y'all. It's not comical when it happens. When I look back on the literal fools jumping Indiana Jones type shit on this journey that I've been on, you'll be like, wow, look what you've created. I'm like, friend, if you only knew. Woo! But yet here we are. And she persevered. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't going to break me down. Like, what am I going to look like you breaking me down where I do not persevere? I think not. Okay, listen, to get up again, if you want to achieve or create something great, you must be willing to embrace failure as a muse. That means the relationship failed. I can't do this job anymore. I don't want to live here anymore. Whatever it is, that's okay. It was a learning experience, you see. Breaking relationship, dream, or project points you back to reinvention. Investigate. Stay open, right? It's curiosity. That's that liminal possibility. That's the other side of Pisces. Perform a review and take accountability for what led to this moment of entropy. Entropy. You're right, though. Mercury retrograde in Pisces is going to give us that opportunity, okay? Don't waste a single moment. Oh my gosh, please don't. And I'm going to tell you from experience, just like I go back and tell past versions of myself so we can heal together. Please don't waste a single moment on regret or shame. That only slows down your regeneration. Failure and creation are mated for life. Ooh, get into it. And not the swans. The swans are Bridget's energy, okay? Yes. See, it's okay. You're protected. The goddess highly favors you. You understand? You're here. It's okay. Hold my hand. All right? Don't waste. I'm telling you. You see me, we see each other. Don't waste a single moment on regret or shame, okay? It only slows down the regeneration. Failure and creation are mated for life. Rebuild with confidence. This time, you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I also feel called to as well, though? Hold on. I don't know where this folder is. Hold on. Orphic. The Orphic Egg. Because this is really making me think of the Orphic Egg. You can see the Orphic Egg. I think it's Crowley's deck. The Thoth or the Thoth. Please don't fight me on how to say that word. Because I don't rebuke it. Okay. That deck, I want to say that the Orphic Egg is a big part of like the Lover's card. Ooh, not the Lover's coming through again. Dang. What broke you was going to help you rebirth something. I'm getting that, okay? The Orphic Egg, I think, is also on the Hermit card. It's a big part of the Hermit card. Okay, damn, not the Hermit card. That's the Year of Nine, y'all. That's the snake. What break you, ultimately, I know these are like branches, but you can even imagine this looks like a snake. You see what I'm seeing? The Orphic Egg, also known as the Cosmic Egg. Hello, big rebirth. Last sign on the zodiac wheel. Push. I'm hearing push. Blood, sweat, and tears. Don't I know it? Friend, please know. Please know that I know. The cosmic egg is a primordial symbol of the universe's origin and the soul's potential. Ooh, get into it, for awakening. It typically depicts a silver egg. It's entwined by a serpent. You can definitely go and research it. It's very fascinating to read about. It's an excellent, like, esoteric, hermetic, thelemic. You can really get into it with the Orphic Egg. Very fascinating. I'd encourage that. It's great to be reading about. Cosmic birth. Okay, esoteric meanings basically here. Cosmic birth. In Orphic mythology, the egg was created by Kronos, time. Hello, Saturn. Do you see? It's Saturn. When it hatched, the firstborn deity, Protagonos, which, yes, is a root word for protagonist, or Phanes, the golden-winged androgynous god of light, hello, Saturn, birthed Aries. Do you see that? Who then created the other gods and structured the universe. Philosophical soul. According to Manly P. Hall's, ooh-wee. Watch out now if you start reading Manly P, because then you're going to be put onto a whole different tier of spiritual study. But hey, I have his books on my shelf back there. P. Hall is amazing. Okay, philosophical soul. According to Manly P. Hall's The Secret Teachings of All Ages, the egg represents the soul of the philosopher. Okay? And the serpent symbolizes the mysteries. The spiritual initiation, the breaking of the eggshell, symbolizes the philosophic regeneration. It's the moment an initiate emerges from the embryonic state of physical existence into a higher state. Do you see this? You understand the Horcruxes in Harry Potter's? You understand the making of the Philosopher's Stone? You understand the base level of a ritual? Let me put you on. You got to offer up a blood to make the Philosopher's Stone, but it's a solidification of something so powerful. It's what happens in your heart. Think of a holy grail, but it's a metaphor. You see that? Alchemical potential. Okay, in alchemy, it is likened to the Philosopher's Stone. It contains all the potential for transformation and the union of opposites. I think there's a card, it may be the Pre-Raphaelite Tarot, where he has the Philosopher's Stone on his altar. It kind of looks like a ruby or a garnet, but it's actually the Philosopher's Stone. It's a showing. It's a metaphor on that the magician already has all the things he needs to create with. Symbols within the symbol. The serpent, often identified as Anunnaki, sorry. Yeah, I know. Yep, go down a rabbit hole with that. Which means necessity. It's also a representation of Kundalini energy. It coils and represents the cycles of time, the encircling spirit that binds the material world, but also the rising of the spiral of the labyrinth. The shell represents the limitations of the physical world and the illusion that you must shatter to realize your own inner light. What? Do you see it? All right, friends, this is a message that I have for us today on heightening our perspective on certain situations, people, or things that are coming to a close. All right, so I look forward to connecting with you again. Love yourself extra big out there right now and take good care. I'll talk to you soon, okay? Bye.